Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about my security recommendations for 2018. I kind of go through this every year just because a lot of things change, different software comes and goes. I'm going to talk about some of the main, things that I'm using this year to kind of keep myself secure on the computer. So the first thing I'm going to start out with is my browser. For a browser, I really prefer Firefox. Firefox is my favorite go-to browser. The reason I like it is, one, it's open source. So that means that, there's a community ensuring that it's secure. I really think it's one of the most secure main browsers. And it's also the backbone of Tor, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So I really prefer Firefox. I do think Chrome comes in a close second. I don't really recommend any other browser besides those two, though, if you are going to use your browser. Those are kind of the ones that I recommend. All right, so that brings me to the most secure browser. Most secure browser is Tor. For those of you that don't know what Tor is, it's based off Firefox, and Tor is designed for the dark web so that you cannot be tracked while you're using it. Government agencies use Tor. A lot of people use Tor. Reporters, researchers, you're doing a report on something you don't want people to find, you're going to use Tor browser. So Tor, the bad thing about Tor is it's a little slower, and it's not, it doesn't, there's some problems with some websites with it. You have to really try to see what I mean, but it's not like a browser you want to use for every day, but it's definitely the most secure browser that you can use. For my mobile browser, I also prefer Firefox, but I actually use a piece of software called Firefox Focus for the mobile browser. It doesn't leave any tracks on the phone. It kind of like is going in private mode all the time. It's a really fast browser because of that. It doesn't remember anything. You open it, close it, it's super fast. Firefox Focus. Really like this browser. Otherwise, I would just recommend regular Firefox on the mobile device. Now, so security add-ons for your browser. There are a bunch of them that you can add on, and why do you even want these in the first place? So I think the most basic one is uBlock. And what uBlock does is, first of all, uBlock works on Chrome and Firefox. It's open source, but what it does is it blocks things that are tracking you on your browser. It also takes away ads like on YouTube videos and stuff like that. It just gets rid of all those kind of ads in Facebook that pop up all the time, but it doesn't allow things to track you. It's a really simple, main, really good add-on for any browser. So I think this is my most basic secure add-on. There are a bunch more that I could go into, but I feel like if you're looking for more than this, you probably already know what you want. This video is really just for beginners kind of figuring out what to do. Next thing, VPN. So first of all, what is a VPN? A VPN basically makes it so that it does not appear like you are on your computer. It hides your IP address. And so let's say I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, but I'm connected in my VPN. My VPN might show that I am a person in Australia or Hong Kong or any country. I can pick the server. So a VPN allows you to hide who you are online. This is really good, again, for doing that kind of research stuff. Or let's say I'm in a country that doesn't allow me to watch Netflix. I can use a VPN, and I can make it so that I'm in the US or wherever, even though I'm in a country that doesn't allow Netflix, and it'll allow me to watch it because it tricks the companies. It also makes it so that your internet service provider can't spy on you. They can't see any sites you're visiting. They can't see anything you're doing. The only thing they can see is that you're on a VPN. So they can't track anything you're doing while you're on here. You might see some web proxies that you can install on your browser that says it's called a VPN, but that's really not the same thing. A VPN is really a software program that protects your whole entire computer. The one I prefer to use is CyberGhost. I like them because they have a really good free version that works, but it is worth buying a VPN. Other notable VPN solutions, I really like Windscribe. They're based out of Canada. I think they're a good company. Some of the most popular are ExpressVPN or NordVPN. There are tons of different VPNs out there. All the ones I've mentioned are good ones. There are a few that I don't think are really that great. They've had some privacy issues, so make sure you're you're kind of looking for a good one. I do trust CyberGhost. I think they're kind of my favorite one because of their free version, and WinScribe. Those are kind of my two that I kind of go to. So that's really what I recommend. As far as malware and adware, and you can add antivirus in there as well, Malwarebytes, definitely, hands down. Malwarebytes scans your computer and will pull out any adware, malware you have. It's kind of like an industry standard software. It's really popular. It is free, which is why I like it. Now, if you want the full protection on your computer, like if you are having a lot of problems, it's worth paying the $30 or whatever dollars for the full version. But the free version will scan your computer whenever you want it to. And it is really good. It's definitely worth it. Malwarebytes is awesome. Okay, so that's malware, adware, antivirus. For antivirus, so you can use, there's a lot of different software. First of all, I think that, the antivirus that comes with Windows Defender is pretty good for most people. I think it does a good job of, antivirus protection. I think it's okay. But I think if you're having some issues or you want something a little more, I like Avira. They offer a free 100% antivirus solution, which I like. They also offer a VPN, but I'm not as big of a fan of their VPN as I am with their antivirus. And finally, firewall. The last thing that, I think that Zone Alarm is probably my favorite firewall piece of software. I've been using Zone Alarm since 2000. Maybe since 2000, 2001, something like that. A really, really long time. I've searched a number of different companies, checked them out, and I really think Zone Alarm is a good one because it's free and it does what you want. So why would you want to use Zone Alarm? You want to use a firewall when you want to control what is being sent in and out of your computer. This can block a piece of software from connecting to the internet. So what do I think most people, general recommendation for security, depending on what you want, I think these are some of a good starting point for most people. So I think that if you're just trying to get a little bit more secure, especially when you're doing like online banking and stuff like that, you really should be secure and make sure you know what you're doing, especially when you're doing that banking from like your local Starbucks, you should be on a VPN. Absolutely. And just make sure you're a little more secure. Just something to think about. Thank you.